Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, as you can see, I had a couple chickens that braved the snow. It's actually kind of a real wet snow, so it's a little bit warmer, which is better for them, but they're all hanging out in the barn for the most part. I ended up being nice and taking the chicken food into the barn. The reason I keep it on my porch here is the winter time, the birds, the wild birds, ravage their food. I mean, I'll go out there and the bowl's just like dry. Especially if I put it in the barn because all the birds hang out in there. But I'm going to go check it in a little bit and make sure they're okay. So how are you guys doing? I was kind of laughing at my video yesterday. I love the pun comments that you guys made. And you know, I have to say that it got a lot of clicks, but the retention was low. And you know what? That's fine. I didn't imagine that too many people would sit and watch that. But it's a very important topic. And I just hope that those people that decide not to watch that kind of stuff and aren't prepared aren't your guys' neighbors, because that's going to be really shitty. Pun intended. So I've got a lot I'm doing today. Organizing, and I actually have to go out and get chicken food. So you guys are going to cook breakfast with me while I talk about what I want to talk about today. And that is a few things. The first one is about an article that I saw this morning, and I've said this before, I'm a dot connector. So take a look at this headline. So basically, yeah, socialistic cryptocurrency handouts. I thought that was very interesting. It came out about a day ago, I think it said, and I'm really surprised I heard nothing about this article or nobody made a deal about this. Definitely worth checking out. I will put the link in the descriptions if you guys want to read it. But it kind of came hand in hand with another video that I watched this morning that was attached to another article. So check this out.
Inflation, rent, and groceries are squeezing households nationwide. Consumer confidence is barely above its lowest reading on record, and nearly 70% of Americans expect unemployment to rise next year. But this year's downturn comes with a twist. Some Americans say they're skipping Black Friday to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum instead. We spoke to several consumers across the country about their Black Friday plans. One person said, quote, "Shopping doesn't make me money. Crypto might. Whatever I save this weekend is going into Bitcoin," unquote.
So as you will hear her say that there are a lot of people that are actually skipping Christmas presents to invest in cryptocurrency and the stock market. And of course, you know, connecting those dots. I mean, obviously, guys, we are headed towards a digital currency. So anybody out there watching this thinking, well, we'll see what happens, you better catch up. But what I found interesting was this reminded me of another video I watched, I think it was about a year ago, and it was about the Great Depression. And one of the things that really stood out to me was they talked about at the point the market crashed, everybody had invested in the stock market. Like your average Joe, your average family that didn't have a lot of, you know, extra money to throw around, they were throwing it into the stock market. And that is why it was so, on top of other reasons, but one of the big things why it was so devastating because so many people had their money tied into the stock market. And one of the things that I'm very skeptical about digital currency. I get it. Like, my son is totally into it. He's invested in a lot of it. And I get it, but it depends on where they take it, you know? And of course, with digital, there's control. But as far as actually having a way to diversify your money, number one, I don't trust, because if the electricity goes out, you don't have money. But number two is the manipulation of it. So, you know, of course, the cryptocurrency is blockchain, so it's supposed to be unhackable. But I can't help but think that our government hasn't found a way to manipulate cryptocurrency. And if they use cryptocurrency to bail us out of our debt, or try to, they've got to have a way to sabotage the other cryptocurrency companies. And so I found it really interesting when she was saying how many people are starting to invest. And if they crash that, how many people are going to just be absolutely devastated. And I do believe, I'm one of those that believes that the stock market is the 2008 housing boom. You know, it's the bubble. It's a stock market bubble, and it's going to burst. And it's why I think there's something really big, hard times coming financially. And if you look at gold and silver, they're out of control right now. Especially, everybody's kind of got their eye on silver, which is interesting. And I'd always said about silver, you know, once gold got to a certain point, it was unaffordable to your average person. So if someone wants to get into precious metals kind of late into the game, they're going to start buying silver. And so hopefully people that, you know, couldn't buy gold bought silver by now, because it's becoming kind of unaffordable as well. But I think the timing on the introducing this socialistic digital currency, it's a way to pilot. I mean, they are piloting so many things right now where our world is going. You know, all these I've said this before, Homeland Security, the, you know, wars or actions of war. That's all. They are just piloting all their AI technology, all their surveillance, all of that. That's all it is. It's just a way to practice and get it down. And the digital currency, I think that they're really starting to usher this in, but you're going to start seeing things like this where, oh, we're going to bail people out. We're going to give them some crypto. And, you know, people are investing in crypto. I mean, people are going to really do what they need to do to try to stop from losing everything. And unfortunately, you know, the one thing about crypto is it's going to be tied to everything. Your electricity bill, your water bill, your mortgage, well, who knows? Maybe you don't even need a car, you know, because you don't need to own anything and you can still be happy. And I do believe this is happening, and this is where they're taking it, is they are going to create a system where it's digital and you have your, you know, universal basic income that is tied to your digital currency, that is tied to everything you don't own. Your house, your car, your bills, you know. And what you'll do is you'll get a little statement that has your UBI amount, and then at the bottom it'll probably be like minus 300 because of all the stuff they just take out to pay for, and you already owe. And it's really scary. And that is why I keep saying, and I'm just going to be a broken record, that, you know, when I saw yesterday's video, nobody gave it that much time. I'm not insulted, and it doesn't hurt my feelings. When I see something like that, I think either people are like, got it, which would be great. Hopefully the low views was not low views, the low retention was because everybody that saw it's like, oh yeah, I've got this nailed down. Wouldn't that be fantastic? But the chances are something like that happens, your neighbors are going to be out there squatting in their lawn or who knows doing what, because they're not ready. And this is the same thing. You know, it's happening under our noses. We're not paying attention. And people don't give videos like this that are trying to tell you what's going on and how to connect those dots a lot of time. So hopefully, you know, or maybe I just suck. Maybe I shouldn't be doing these videos. I'm okay with that too. But it's really scary to see people that just think nothing's going to happen, or that it's going to get better, or that they don't need to worry about it. We'll take care of that when we get there. And now is the time. Your time is precious, and you're going to lose your time every day. The other thing I want to do is I want to talk to you guys about another video that I watched that is kind of on topic with this, but kind of not. It was the last video I watched before I decided to turn my TV off to go to sleep. And I almost didn't click on it. And I'm so glad I did. This was a video about a man who I believe is in his late 60s. And he lives by himself up in Siberia, in the middle of nowhere. It is, I guess, considered the coldest place on Earth, or one of them. Minus 70 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, like, cold. And I don't want to talk about it too much because I really want to encourage you to watch it. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description. But it was so heart-touching, so inspiring in the sense that when you think you're down and out, or things in your life aren't going the way you want them to, or, you know, you wish you had this, or you wish you had that, or this could be better, when you watch this video, you will be so appreciative of what you have. And the fact that you can get up and walk out to your car and start it and turn the heater on and, you know, drive to where you're going or whatever. So I would highly suggest it. And I also thought it would be kind of fun. I don't know if I have the high enough internet speed to do this, but I kind of thought, you know, this would be neat to every once in a while recommend a video for my subscribers to watch. Maybe give it like a week or so, give you guys time to watch it, and then either do a live or a video that's kind of like a book club where you review the video. I would try a live just so we could interact and talk about it. But I don't know if I have the internet speed to do it. But I'm kind of open to trying it. We'll see. I'm a little shy when it comes to live camera, but I think it would be kind of fun. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, let me know. And we can see what we can come up with. But I've got to finish up these pancakes, my flaxseed and oatmeal, and today I put a little bit of some coconut flakes that I had that I needed to use in there, and cinnamon. So they should be pretty good. And as you can see, they do take a while to cook. I did a video where I showed how I make these. Oh my gosh, little turkey dudes out there. Hi buddy, love you. He's so cute. Anyway. All right, guys, I hope you are having a fantastic Thursday and staying warm. If you are in a snowy, I guess the East Coast, you guys are, ooh, you're getting a polar vortex. It literally, I think, comes down and like just misses where I am over here on my side of Montana, but you never know. Anyway, take care, guys.